Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, welcome to my shit show. I'm joking. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. Thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Had to take care of some in real life stuff. Everything's fine. I'm literally okay. I just had to finish up the appointment from earlier. All right, so let's see. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers, also for people who just find themselves on this video curious, and as you sit and share space with us, you're suddenly finding yourself hella much resonating with what I'm talking about. And that means this message is for you too, okay? All right, just getting the cards ready. Gosh. I don't remember what soul told me this reading was going to be about. It's in the title. What did I write in the title? I don't remember. So we're going to kind of have to just flow with it. See where this takes us, okay? The truth will be shown. There you go. Soon. So I think the cards are going to kind of help us figure out what the truth is for us, okay? Oh, there, sorry. All right. This card keeps coming up. Someone is really jonesing for you. They just really want a piece of that. No, seriously, like, okay. So this particular card keeps coming up, reading after reading after reading. I don't know who this is. We're not going to start with a whole, shit show topic of twin flames. Like, I'm having a good day. Let's not fuck that up. I don't know who this is, but it's I just can't stop. I don't know if maybe they and this excludes stalkers, okay? This excludes stalkers. Don't use my words to justify your bullshit behavior. So now that we've addressed that, this is someone who has kind of been present on your journey, but behind the scenes, maybe they're just kind of checking in, but still hidden. I don't know if that makes sense. They definitely haven't been in your face present. Like, hey, I'm here. No, it's not like that. But they keep coming right to the edge of where you can sense, and then they back away. It's like they check to see where you are on your journey, and then they back away. I don't know if maybe they're waiting to witness some sort of indication that you are ready to communicate, or you are ready to reconnect. They keep checking in though. Okay. And I'm wondering if maybe they were like, F this, it's pointless, it's never gonna happen. That kind of hurt. I suddenly got this like, oh, they hate me, they're never gonna. That's so sad. Okay, here's a little news flash. Okay, news flash for Pisceans. Sometimes when they declare they hate you, they actually don't. It's just there's no accurate word to describe the intensity of this like disharmonic feeling, but it's not actually hate. Does that make sense? It's not actually hate. Like, it gives the level of intensity for this disharmonic feeling, but it's not a true hatred. Like, maybe you disappointed them. Maybe they felt abandoned by you, or just some really intense thing they experienced and identified as having been caused possibly by you. Why did I look down? Oh my. When will you learn? When Michael tells you to look down, if the cards are cut, do not look down. All right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know how to explain it, so we're just going to move forward. All right, we're just going to move forward, but it's this sense of Maybe they witnessed you in one of your fits about, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him. You don't really hate nobody. You really don't hate nobody. Stop it. And so they kind of went away for a little bit. And I think they felt something. I feel it all up in here. And then they popped back in. I don't think they wanted to be recognized or noticed. But circle back round. Pop back in. All right. Right. Why would you ask me not to say hurtful shit today? I don't say hurtful things on purpose. It's sometimes how it comes out. Don't bring up hurtful topics and I won't accidentally express the message in a hurtful way. Just saying. Just saying. All right, here goes. Now I'm nervous. Nervous about what? I don't know. I'm just nervous. All right, let's push that there. Put that there. Put that there. You just put that there, and you put that there, and then you put that there. Okay. Let's see. Card number 9. What do you feel? So I think, and I might be just pulling this out my flapjack ass, but I think, Piscean, you've been very confused about a lot of things lately. A lot of maybe sensory overload, overstimulation, just overwhelmed, period. It's just a sense of being overwhelmed. And it's leaving you feeling like you need to compare, like do a list of the pros and the cons of I don't know what. It's like just the pros and the cons. Like I have to weigh this out. I have to weigh this out. What exactly are you weighing out? You're not a Libra. That's not for you to weigh. It's for you to flow. You know what I'm saying? Well, I stand corrected. Michael's reminding me that Pisces, being the last zodiac, embodies all the other signs before it, all the other energies before it. So maybe for some of us, it's time, I stand very corrected. For some of us, it's time for us to go ahead and exit that stereotype of how you should be. Like, okay, only Libras do this. Only Cancers do that. Only Scorpio keeps popping in my head. I don't want to say it. 75% at 144, 810, 139. Only Scorpio does that. I don't know why I didn't want to say it. Oh no, y'all be getting too sensitive with me and shit. Card number 32, faith in the process. So in order for you to move forward with your spiritual growth, a lot of shit has to be stripped away. Okay, like a lot has to be stripped away. And the reason this is a huge thing is because as Pisceans and people, just empaths in general, okay, empaths in general, the more sensitive the empath, the more likely you wear multiple layers of clothing, okay? You're layering your clothing because depending on who's in front of you, you wear what they want to see. And it's not that you're fake, it's that fucking Pisces, we are just so overly accommodating for people who don't even appreciate the ways in which we pretzel ourselves to accommodate preferences they don't even ask us to accommodate. Okay? That's just the thing. That's just the thing. You definitely, you naked in a radio flyer. I don't think you can get more stripped than that, okay? This is about taking off all the layers, all these different costumes that we wear for all the different aspects of our lives. Pisces, you're now being asked to come into a state of totality, to release the duality that you've been participating in by wearing all these different masks and wardrobe, and really just enter a state of totality. You are who you are. You are who you are. Every single part of you that's saved for a specific person can all come together as a whole being. And that can be you for the rest of your life, if you allow it. If you allow it. And if you don't, then you're going to continue to struggle. You're going to continue to be exhausted with having to rummage through your trunk of all these costumes and figure out which costume people want to see right then and there. Well, I mean, call me full of myself, but I've reached a point in my journey where I'm the fucking headliner. I'm the Britney Spears of my own fucking Las Vegas. I will wear whatever the fuck I want and dance however I want, sing whatever songs I want, and you will still show up, and that's fine. That's fine. Because it's time for us to stop with this, like, what do they want? What do they, bitch, I'm gonna be who I am, and you're gonna show up or you're not. It's not gonna matter. We're still gonna have a party with or without you. It's not gonna matter. Okay? No more costumes. This is a butt naked party. I can hear in my head, what the fuck is she talking about? I will stop. I will stop with that analogy. Let's move forward. Card number 17. Minimus, commune with source. The part of you that you're most uncomfortable with is the part of you that's most highly reflective of your point of origination. Let that sink in. The part of you that you're most uncomfortable with is the part of you that is most reflective of your divinity. What do you mean, Emmie? Well, this little tirade that I just had about I'm the Britney Spears of my own motherfucking Las Vegas. I would have never said anything like that years ago. I would have just been very quiet, very demure. Heaven forbid you see a hair out of place. Heaven forbid I speak truth, because I don't want to offend you. I mean, heaven forbid you see me in my power. Heaven forbid you feel uncomfortable witnessing my greatness coming out my fucking sour ass mouth. Hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm done with that. And you're going to get to a point where you're going to be done with that too. You're going to be done playing the role that people want you to play. You're going to get to that point. And if you're not there yet, that's okay. Because there's still a few things you need to probably experience in order for you to understand fully the importance of you getting there. Getting to that point where you're just done with that. You're not done with life. You're not done with your connections. You're done with the game that you play with yourself when you tell yourself, I need to be this, I need to be that. If I'm not that, I'm not this, then I'm not enough. Stop. Just stop. If we're really going to be honest, not only are you enough, sometimes you a little extra. Sprinkle some of that extra into a jar beside your bed and save that for motherfuckers who try to mouth off at you. For people who try and convince you to get yourself pulled back to a place of toxicity that you've outgrown. I'm going to sprinkle that extra in a jar. Come at me, bitch. I got a whole fucking jar of extra. It won't get depleted. Sprinkle it in a jar beside your bed. I'm just saying. The illusion is gone. Okay? As you step into a better knowing of who you actually are behind all of these roles that you play for all of these different people, the illusion's gone. It's gone. Even that illusion that you play as a parent, you know, where you want your kids to see you in some sort of way. I used to have that really big struggle of, I want my kids to see me in some sort of way, and I can't actually speak in I have to be very proper. I have to be very, like, you know, I don't want to embarrass them by showing how I'm so different than other people. And it's just, it was too exhausting. And the bottom line is, children can tell when you're being fake, when you're putting on a show. Guess what? There is a child within each of us. Everyone can tell when you're putting on a show. Everyone. Some people are more sensitive to that knowing. Other people are not. But deep down inside, they can feel when it's just a show. And they might stick around because your performance is amazing. Or they might walk away. None of that really matters because you're more than just a show. You are a living, breathing expression of divinity. You are a living, breathing expression of divinity. You are not just a show. You're not just a product or byproduct. You are a piece of divinity come into flesh to experience things in ways that only you can experience. For any given event, type of experience, subject, each of us will have a different point of view. Some of our points of view might be similar to someone else's. Some of them are polar opposites. None are less valid or less important than another's. So stop living your life in such a way where you need other people's validation, confirmation, agreeance, and permission in order to exist in your authenticity. You will not receive that. So long as you look for that in other people, you will not have it for yourself. If you want validation, if you want confirmation, if you want agreeance and permission, look for that shit inside of you and see there is a wellspring of that in you that you keep giving away to other people and refuse to allow yourself to drink from that spring. It's just one of those things like, I'm waiting for someone else to make me happy. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Case in point, my husband tries to go out of his way regularly to make me feel special and loved and just frou. When I'm in a bad mood, none of that shit matters. None of that matters. All of his effort is in vain because I ain't trying to be happy right now. Thank you. I just made this wonderful thing for you that you love. Thank you. I'm not hungry right now. Yep. So whether or not you're happy, it's really dependent on you. Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be happy? Or are you waiting for someone to provide you the very thing you can't even provide for yourself? Are you waiting for other people to make you happy when they can't even make themselves happy? That sounds like a codependency. That sounds like an expression of toxicity. Because you have toxic parts, does that mean you're a bad person? Does that mean you're less than someone else? No. Your recognition of parts of you being toxic, your recognition of your internal toxicity, that recognition alone is proof of your consciousness elevating. Ain't that some shit? Because people who haven't reached a higher level of consciousness, they're not able to understand that, oh shit, this is what I'm doing. Oh shit. Okay. Let's look at the human body. I'm feeling something. I don't know what it is. Let's just ignore it. I'm fine. I feel like vomiting every day, but I'm fine. Right? And then you go ahead and you go to medical school and you raise your level of understanding for the human anatomy and physiology. Oh shit. I'm not fine. That's a symptomatic presentation of physiological circumstance that needs medical intervention. Holy shit, I'm not fine. It's the same thing. Realization of internal toxicity is a realization of a thinly veiled symptomatic internal presentation or external presentation of an internal energetic imbalance. Thank you, Gypsy Rising. It's the same thing. And if you're able to see it, it doesn't mean you're a shitty person. That's what society would have you believe. Like, look, now you see you're a shitty person. No. The truth of it is, look, now you see the wound that's been festering and causing you to lash out in the way you do. Fix that wound and it'll fix the behavior. All you gotta do. Identify the wound, clean it out, bandage it up, and give it time and space to heal. We don't do that for ourselves, myself included. I'm constantly rushing. You know what it means when you're constantly busy? Constantly rushing. It means there's a very high likelihood that you are avoiding the processing of your own life. You know what they say, don't swim after you eat a large meal. because you can't digest properly, and then you cramp. And what happens when you cramp? You sink and drown. So when you take a huge meal in, and basically the lessons of life are nothing more than huge meals that we're taking in, because this is the very thing that sustains us. It's what helps us to better understand our life. Well, you take in that big meal and you avoid the fact that you need to sit down for a little bit, let some digestion occur, some absorption. You go ahead and jump in the water because you know you don't have time. You don't have time. Well, okay, now you're cramping. You better hope that there's a lifeguard around, someone who is outside of us and can pull us back in. Not all of us have a lifeguard. So what ends up happening? You get into a situation where you think life itself is drowning you. Newsflash. Babies don't drown in their birth water. Because this goes beyond Pisceans. This is a Piscean reading, but it goes beyond Pisces. Two of Autumn. Bring fun into everything you do, juggling multiple priorities or jobs, an exceptional talent for multitasking. So it's not necessarily that you have to stop everything in order to deal with one thing. You are capable of spiritual multitasking. You are capable of emotional and mental processing simultaneously. You don't have to do just one thing at a time. Sometimes when you allow yourself to be fully present in what you're doing while also being fully present in your thoughts about something else, you'll begin to understand how that thing that you're doing right now is actually tied to the thing you're thinking about inside yourself. Because these lessons, they repeat in everything around us. They repeat. It's just a repetition. Learning the same lesson, just different aspects of it, all at the same time, through interactions with different people, through different life circumstances. So there is a lot of hope left for you. Now, one of the greatest hopes of your own personal soul is this, and this is very profound. Your soul hopes that you understand things like hope and faith are seeds that are planted. You weren't meant to remain a seed. That hope and that faith was always intended to blossom into a state of knowing, gnosis. This is what Jesus Christ was preaching. A state of knowing. And if you think I'm full of shit about this, look up the fact that Jesus was an Essene. That is what they teach. That is their life. Gnosis. Knowing that divinity is contained within everything. I mean, there's some scripture that's said to be written by Jesus that was found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. And it talks about split a wood and I'm there or some shit. I don't remember. My memory sucks. Let's look it up. Hold on. Let's look this up. Dead Sea Scrolls. Split a piece of wood. Let's see. Gospel of Thomas, 77b. Jesus said, if they say that the kingdom is in the sea, then the fish will be there before you. When I am gone, split a piece of wood and I am there. Lift a stone and you shall find me. I won't say it. So divinity is in everything. Divinity is in everything. And it's up to you to stop interfering with your process of development, that development that causes hope to become something much more mature and ripened, where you enter a state of gnosis, a state of knowing, okay? So, choices. What are you going to choose? That's funny. Michael says, pay attention to his wings. Look at this picture's wings. there's a black wing and a white wing. It's an assumption that the black wing represents your shadow aspect, right? Evil. I can't roll my eyes any harder, it'll hurt. So what the message is, regardless of the color of the wings, they were both created to help you fly. Fly away from circumstance or to fly towards it. But they always will function in the way they were intended to. In order to fly, you must rise. So whether you use your shadow or your light, you will rise, so long as you use it. But if you continue to allow yourself to believe that, oh, the dark wing is evil, I gotta bind it up. Okay, good luck flying with one wing. Good luck flying with one wing. You go on and do whatever you feel like doing. I'm gonna be over here minding my business. I'm gonna be over here minding my business. That's up to you. Like, try that's just not gonna work. I don't know. I'm not some aviation specialist. Maybe I'm wrong. Michael laughed at that, but the lovers. The lovers. So the lovers card is an indication of being tested. Maybe your higher self is testing you to see if you're going to continue to choose to exist as a duality where you're fighting parts of yourself, or you're going to embrace all your parts and become a totality. Okay. Okay. If each fish is going in opposite directions, is balance ever to be found? Well, first off, fish are autonomous. They don't need other fish in order to have balance. They have all the structures within themselves to create balance, to create propulsion, to help them rise and lower in depth. They don't need other fish to have balance. That's the problem. That's really the problem, is that as a school of fish, we think we need other fish to be our fins and flippers and whatever else, and we don't. We have all of those things within us. But, you know, what do I know? I'm not a fisher girl. So the Lover's card, you're being tested. What are you going to do with the information that you receive from your soul? Are you going to use it to further distract yourself with philosophy and intellectualizing very, very simple things like, hey, are you going to fly or not? Are you going to swim or not? You know, oh, the fish, and not towards you, but like, this is what some people do. Like, oh, okay, you have to do inner work. You have to do inner child work. Oh, yes, the inner child is a reflection of, who gives a shit? Just work on the inner child. Who gives a shit? Work on the inner child. Stop talking about what needs to be done for your inner child. Just do it. Just do it. My husband is always like, I'm always mad when I don't move fast enough for you. Hey, if the words that come out your mouth cause you to move slower, please kindly pause the conversation, get it done, and we talk when you're done. He hates it when I do that. All right. Let us see. Here we go. Ooh. Collaborative dreaming. Collaborative dreaming. I wonder if the message of this is that your masculine and your feminine are both feigning sleep. I wonder if part of the message of this is that maybe there's this part of you as a Piscean that allows yourself to continue to be surrounded by an environment that is not conducive to your growth because you're afraid of growing. Maybe this is a message that you sometimes try and pretend to be okay with it, that everything's copacetic, because you speaking up will cause everyone else to wake up, and heaven forbid they experience cognitive dissonance at witnessing you living your truth. I mean, there's so many different interpretations of this card, all of them equally valid, because this is a general reading and it's not just for one person. All of us have different things that we're trying to, I guess, for lack of a better word, fake our way through. Like fake this, we're okay, we're okay. Oftentimes when I'm really, really struggling with things and someone asks me I'm okay, if I'm okay, the answer that I find coming out of my mouth most of the time, I'm always okay. Let that sink in. What does that mean? When someone asks you, are you okay? And the only answer that comes out of your mouth is, I'm always okay. What does that really mean? I think that means that you keep trying to tell yourself you're okay when you're not. I think that means that you're afraid to acknowledge the hurt and struggle you are experiencing. Why? And I'm realizing, for me in the past, I don't think it's applicable now, but in the past, when people would ask, are you okay? And I say, I'm always okay. I would say that because it would get them off the hook. They're not responsible at that point to try and fix me. And why do I do that? Because of a fear. It's a fear that if I allow myself to show you that I'm bleeding and you choose not to patch up my wound, that you've rejected me, that I'm not worth the trouble. Heaven forbid you get some of my wound on you, some of my blood on you. And so instead of being open to potential rejection, abandonment, disappointment, no, I'm okay. I'll just bleed on myself. I mean, these are things that y'all really, you have to slow yourself down and allow yourself to see the root of much of what you do now is some deeply hidden hurt, and you're trying to protect that wound by not allowing it to be touched. I think that they can't help anyway, so always okay. That's deep. That's part of what I would think too. They can't help, this is too deep. I like to think I'm a liar sometimes, because I used to say that about my husband for many years, actually. Yeah, that was the biggest lie I told myself. It was the biggest lie because guess what? If I allowed him to help while I consciously know he's helping, what's that tell me? That he's capable of helping my wound heal. And what if I identify as that wound? What if my identity is the wound? I have to avoid this. I have to avoid this because this is going to lead to my healing, and I'm not ready to heal. So I'll think of excuses, of reasons why you can't, why you won't, and why that lie is accurate. And what's that really stemming from? Because I don't want to heal. Because I'm not ready to heal. And unless you're ready to heal, I don't give a shit who gives themselves a title of healer. They will not heal you. Only you can heal yourself. People can assist you. People can hold space for you. People can encourage and inspire and empower you. But unless you do something with that, it doesn't mean shit. You are your only healer. This extends through every part of your life. For example, your doctor wants to heal you from some sort of ailment. You have to take this medication 3 times a day. Very simple, very cut and dry instructions. This medication is going to heal you. If you are not done, firstly, acknowledging, and secondly, addressing the internal wound that caused an external circumstance, because everything that happens to your body has an internal energetic root causation. If you do not address that, the emotions, the thoughts, whatever it was that led to that internal wounding, it really don't matter what kind of medication you take. You're probably not going to take the medication either. So really, can the doctor heal you? No, the doctor can assist you in your process of self-healing. It's up to you whether you're going to actually heal. So after the storm, are we in a storm right now? A really, really big storm. one where we can't quite see not even 3 feet in front of us. Okay? So what happens during a storm? You have to go slower. You have to be more aware. You have to make sure before that storm even occurs that you have all the proper things you need. Your brakes work, your headlights work, you have good wipers, all of that stuff. That's all the stuff you should be doing every day for yourself as a part of your energetic hygiene. So then when the storm hits, you're perfectly fine. You're perfectly fine. And after that storm, you can assess what was damaged, what needs to be replaced, and what you can just move forward from. We go through so many different storms in our lifetime. So many different storms. And it's up to you what you're going to do with each storm. Just know, with storms, they are powerful enough to terraform the landscape of your mind, of your heart, of your consciousness. If you're going to block yourself off from seeing the difference in your landscape, you won't have any appreciation for it, okay? Make peace with your past. I think this is something so many of us have to do. Most of us have issues with our human history. Most of us have issues with our past life history. And whether we remember past life details or not, oftentimes if you have an issue with something that's happened in the past, it's going to follow forward. It's called karmic bleed over. Well, I call it karmic bleed over. It's bleeding over into this life and causing issues that have no tangible root as far as the human consciousness is involved. There's no reason why I should feel this way. There's no reason. I'm like, why the fuck am I scared of whales? Why am I scared of deep water and whales? Well, because my last life right before this one, I fucking died in the ocean and the whales were singing all around me. Fuck that shit. I don't like whales. I mean, I'll look at you from outside the water, but I get in the water with you. Hell no. Are you kidding me? I don't think so. I don't think so. Y'all are tripping if you think I will. Card number 8. I guess as a Pisces, we can handle storms better than anyone else. That's a fatal flaw to even bother comparing to anyone else. It's a fatal flaw. And if that's something that you're going to have to do in order for you to gain clarity on yourself and your journey, you're expending quite a bit of your energy unnecessarily, just so you know. I can handle the storms of my life better than anyone else can handle the storms of my life because they are my storms and it is my life. That's the only time I would make that type of statement. And it's a different type of statement because this is my life. I own my life. No one else has the same history as me. No one else has the same perception or filters as I do. So they won't be able to handle my storms the way I can. So card number 8, creative spark. People will trigger you in life. Allow that spark to be what reignites your creativity, what reignites your sacred flame. If your energy has died down to embers, if you don't talk about it, if you don't vent about what's wrong, whether out loud to yourself alone in your room or to a trusted friend, fire needs air. It needs to breathe in order to continue burning. Just kind of think on that. Oh, I'm going to share this with you guys. Where does it go? Oh, okay. I'm going to share this with you guys. Sometimes I write poetry. Hold on. Hold on. Listen to this. I'm no longer a spring chicken. I'm a mature phoenix rising high from the bonfire of my earlier life. Your opinions of me serve as logs that help me continue rising. So let people's opinions trigger you, but not trigger you in such a way that disables you, depletes you. Allow it to trigger you to become defiant to what they are trying to get you to take ownership of. Emmie, you're a bitch. Yeah, really? I don't give a shit what you say. I don't give a shit what you say. I'm going to love people even harder with even less conditions. I'm going to love even deeper, unconditionally, complete strangers, just to fucking prove you wrong. You don't know me, and I don't give a shit what you think about me. I'm going to keep loving people. How about that? I'm just saying. A lot of the things I've achieved in life is out of my defiance to what people want me to be, what people tell me to be. A lot of shit that I have accomplished in life is due to my defiance. And people would say, oh, you're too defiant for your own good. Good. I'm not doing it for my good. I'm doing it for my soul. And you're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to tell me how to think or how to feel. You might have been able to do that earlier in my life. But now you're nothing more than a log that will burn in my fire of truth. And as it burns, the phoenix in me rises higher. It will continue to rise until your grubby little fingers can't reach me no more. And even in that rise, I will have no fear of you. None. Because what you speak is not my truth, and I will not own it as mine. You can say whatever you want, but until I take ownership of that, it doesn't mean shit. Nothing at all. So unless you take ownership of what someone is trying to force you to own, don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. So the dream. Oh, good God. The dream. I don't know if this is you or if this is someone else. Someone is having dreams of your embrace. I have to take you home. You have to talk with my husband. I don't know if you want that. So the dream, you definitely need to acknowledge either this is your dream or this is someone else's dream. There is a reconnection like that's being longed for. The lovers, the dream. Is that 6? Does it add when it's to the right of the numeral? I can't remember. Okay. Yeah, narcissists tend to hate me and want to murder me. No joke. No joke. Yeah, I don't know if that's 6 and 6. My memory fucking sucks. Someone help me out. It's VI. Would that be 6? IV is 4, right? Yes, 6 and 6. Unless I'm wrong. Who cares? Moving forward. I can't fucking remember. I haven't been in school in forever. Just stop it. Oh, they like your fire. That's what it is. That's what it is. Oh, good God. Look at this. High Priestess of Fire. We were just talking about the Phoenix. 5 being the number of change. Something's about to change because as you get real rile the F up and really flare that flame, they're going to witness this and start coveting, start really, really being hyper fixated on you. For some, this might be someone who keeps infringing on your boundaries. Okay. I'm wondering if there's several people that tries to infringe on your boundaries. Or it might be someone who's experiencing like some sort of psychosis. Like, no joke. I'm not even trying to talk shit. It might be someone experiencing psychosis because the point of view and like the energy, it keeps fluctuating. It's not a solid, stable frequency signature. Shit. Okay. I didn't want to make that a part of this reading. So sometimes, depending on the type of patterning, when I see something similar to this, Michael says not to totally describe what I see. When I see something along these lines, I won't say what's similar. It's usually indicative of the person having instability because it's a full breach. They're not possessed, they're inhabited. The difference between possession and being inhabited is a possession is like a hostile takeover. Something demonic has taken over. You're not giving permission, it's taken over. You know, it would be the equivalent of a home invasion. The inhabitation is still a demonic type thing, but you're like, hey, come visit, come hang out for a little bit. And now they're a squatter. And it's like, but you let them in, you invited it, you know, so what do you do now? I don't know. That's what's the difference. Thank you, Nene. So I'm wondering if one of the people watching you or fixated on you has a demonic issue. Oh, Michael. Crash their fucking server. Get them off my goddamn live. So, ay caramba. Is this like going on so that I won't think the whole twin topic is such a shitty topic? Like, expose her to an overly obsessed demonic motherfucker so that she's not so like focused on I'm so averse to twin stuff. Okay, that's fine. I love twins. There, make that person go away. Queen of Summer, loving, comforting, emotional, and intuitive. Listen to your heart. Intuitive insights you can trust. Taking care of others, perhaps too much. So intuitive insights you can trust. You're being guided to know, okay? You're definitely being guided to know certain things, that certain peoples, certain types of energies are attempting to access your auric field. There's an attempt to manipulate your thoughts and perceptions in order to disguise the attempt. 99% at 223, 47, 57, 160, 984. God energy. Can you guys see me and hear me? I think my energy is getting whacked off. 99% is an elevated divinity. 2 is a number of guidance. 22 is elevated guidance. 3 is the number of a solid foundation from which to fortify yourself. 99% at 223. Elevated God consciousness on my birthday, 223. That means I'm made for this. That means no one will break me. That means as much as you try to breach my space, not going to work. It's not allowed. I was created and born with fortification, and I've lived an entire lifetime of struggle to amplify my fortitude. You will not break my consciousness, and you will not enter my life, not without my permission. So there's nothing for you to fear. Nothing. Nothing. You can be annoyed all you want, but when you're annoyed, that kind of feeds the trolls. That kind of feeds the demonic ones. When they see a reaction out of you, it feeds them. When you respond, it gives them a location. No. No. So taking care of others perhaps too much. I'm wondering if you're giving too much attention to this bullshit, whatever it is. I wonder. You know, I wonder. So card number 13, liberation, free yourself. So you have a snaky bastard who has put on a mask and they're trying to connect with you. They're trying to just absolutely wrap their way around you. Yeah, no. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for you. No, I don't think so. You're so 2020. I'm entering 2021. Okay, you're so 2020. Leave that shit behind this year. Finish off whatever lessons you need to finish off with whatever the hell this is. Leave their ass in 2020. I mean, it was a diseased year anyways. Leave their diseased energy back in a year where it was diseased energy to begin with. Okay, leave that shit there. I'm just saying, speaking truth. We got Pasoya. Let's just slam the cards. Okay, let me stop. Card number 28, revelation. Ooh, okay, this. Does she look like she give a shit? She looks unbothered. Completely unbothered. And there she is, manifesting her protection, manifesting her realization she has been protected this whole time. This is her not being afraid. This is her not avoiding. This is her stepping into the truth of her power. This is her recognizing her vulnerability is not a weakness. It's not a point of entry. It's the place from which her internal dragon will rise and kick some fucking ass. I'm just saying. I'm gonna have some ice cream after this shit. It got me hot. I'm not joking. I don't know if there's ice cream though. Cool. Card number 5, clinging to the past. Yeah. Yeah. This is probably about a stalker. This is probably about someone who is very bad and very toxic for you. It's time to leave them out. Time to leave them out. So look at that. Clinging to the past. It's a box within a box with all sorts of glamour, French for grimoire. I don't know. Anyways, glamour is a type of magical bullshittery. If you're not familiar with magical terms, a glamour is a type of spell that creates an illusion. Okay? It creates an illusion. Fuck their illusions. I ain't got time for that shit. Seriously. Sometimes you just got to have the conversation with yourself where you say out loud, fuck their shit. I ain't got time for that. It works. It works. So whoever it is, they're in denial. They're in denial with the differences of opinion on what this connection is. For you, there might not be a connection. I know for me, there isn't one. I wonder if maybe I have to just put this out there. I connect with so many people on a more than superficial level. So many people. I've lived so many past lives that I just know a lot of people when it comes to soul. My soul knows a lot of other souls. And sometimes people who have distortions, people who are dealing with demonic things, they like to jump to this conclusion, oh, now you're mine. Now I have to be present in your life for always. No. No. Nope. No. So 6 of Autumn, the good news, the good you do comes back to you. An unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely or repaying a debt. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So borrowing wisely or repaying a debt. The borrowing wisely, whether you are in union with your twin flame or not, whether you're in separation or not, both of those concepts are bullshit. All seriousness. There was never a separation in energetic terms. The union has always been present in energetic terms. And it's our perception of separation that creates an illusion of blocking them out. So now here goes. If you allow yourself, you could actually allow that twin connection, regardless of who you think your twin is, whether you're right or wrong, whether you've met them or not. That twin connection always exists. It's always existed. And you could actually allow flow of energy through that cord to you. Amplify that and use it to clear your space of whatever bullshit this is that keeps affecting you. You have to, if you're going to do something like that, you have to be very careful about using identities. It has to be the purest of connections where the identity is not even a part of the equation. Like, I don't know. I honestly, Michael's going to slap me. Start with a left cheek, asshole. I honestly don't. I'm deciding if I should be rebellious and say any words. Whatever. I'm not going to say it then. I'm trying to get all pissy. I won't say it. Card number 30, the perception of your life. So oftentimes there's a part of your life that's just burning down. Universal D. I knew he was going to boot upon my ass. It ain't worth it. He was serious. Whatever. I know when I'm going to get my ass kicked. It wasn't worth it. So a portion of your life usually is being deconstructed. I call it deconstructed. What I consider deconstruction, most people consider destruction. They consider it being destroyed, something's attacking me, some, sabotage, all these like, I guess, victim type perceptions. Because in order for these things to be happening and have that label on it, it's usually someone else doing this to you without your permission, without your consent, without your agreement, okay? So no, things are being taken away. Access is being revoked, either access to you or your access to someone else is being revoked. Are there fires up north? No, I don't need to know that. I don't need to know that. Okay. So we'll just leave it at that, okay? Access is being revoked. And a lot of things are being stripped away. Just a lot of things. Not just access to you being stripped away, but these layers that you've accumulated. When the layers get too thick, when you allow too many people into your mind and allow their seeded words to take root in your garden, your mind's garden, those need to be cleared away. You need to weed them out, because then that creates excessive layering of energy over your own. And that oftentimes will form a callus. Because what's a callus but thickened skin? And a callus has a tendency to have decreased sensitivity. You can't feel as much on that callus, or it can be painful. We don't want any of that, okay? We don't want any of that. So card number 18, spirals of manifestation. You are bringing to fruition the very circumstance that is going to elevate you and make you inaccessible, okay? Inaccessible to who? Something parasitic? Oh, God. For some of us, whatever this process is will make us inaccessible to our own bullshit. That's what Michael said. I was like, inaccessible to who? Something parasitic? He goes, your own bullshit. Fuck you, bruh. You got some fucking jokes today. He's got jokes today. Inaccessible to my own bullshit. Well, I thought you said that bullshit was the very thing that served as a fertilizer for my growth. What's wrong with you? Why are you so sour right now? Is it because I was being too defiant? It was a joke. It was a joke. God, you can't take a joke. That's right. You don't have a sense of humor. I mean, I wouldn't expect you to have a sense of humor being you wear 3/4 ruffle sleeves and a dress. I saw your picture in Peru. Cusco got you fucked up, bruh. Cusco got you depicted twice. Both in a dress, gladiator sandals, and 3/4 sleeve ruffles. I'm just kidding. Are you so mad? I don't know. I'm going to start pretending you're an imaginary voice. I mean, you could either... So I'll give you options. You could be an imaginary friend, or you can just be a demon. We can go back to calling you demon, you know? For most of my life, I've heard and felt Michael, and I'd be like, he would talk to me. Are you a demon? Stop talking to me, demon. Stop talking to me, demon. And he should be like, oh, this girl never listens. I don't. Mama told me don't talk to demons. Okay, I'll stop joking. God, you really, I don't know. Maybe you need to go back to source and get reprogrammed. Include a sense of humor. Okay. Oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. That hurt my feelings. He said, I'd laugh if you were funny. Oh, motherfucker. He said that. I would laugh if you were funny. Card number 23. You are worth it. I'm fucking worth it. You fucking... I don't think he was joking, ocean lover. You're worth it. You're worth it. Stop sitting there watching ships sail away from you. Get on the ship and sail your ass to wherever it is you need to be within yourself. Okay? You are worth it. You're worth the struggle. You're worth what you have to go through to realize who you are. 23 is my birthday. And that is the day, that's the number for Archangel Michael. Hold on. There are, I gotta read something to you guys. Only the people who do not understand the pain required to reach higher levels of consciousness talk shit about witnessing your process to arrive at your greatness. Don't let their small-minded mouths affect the way you see the truth of you. So when people don't understand that the things you go through, the things you struggle through, in order to become who you are meant to be, when they don't understand that, they talk shit about it. Okay, I saw this post that I reshared it on Facebook about if Maya Angelou died at 20, she would have died as a prostitute and single mother. She's one of the most celebrated poets, the most celebrated. Her words are so profound and carry with it such potent truth. And had she died before she finished the process, the pain and the suffering one endures to become worthy of their own greatness, we would have been robbed as a human race. Really think on that. Really, really think on that. Some of the most beautiful souls have to go through things like drug addiction, have to be so overwhelmed with life that they resort to questionable and embarrassing practices in order to provide for themselves. It's Really let that sink in. It also spoke about Malcolm X and how if he died at 20, he would have died as a drug addict, wife abuser. He used to beat his wife, I guess. And through that suffering, you learn such intimate parts of yourself. Through that pain, you're able to reach deeper depths within your heart's oceans. You learn who you are, not who society tells you to be. And if you're going to let other people's words rob you of your opportunity to really make progress on your process, that's your decision. That's your decision. And I'll respect that. But just know, just because you don't quite get yet what your purpose is and the depth of your greatness, please don't rob the people who are waiting for you to show up. Don't rob them of the gift you promised them you would deliver in this life. That's one of the most fucked up things you could ever do in your life. Not live up to the potential that divinity set for you. All because you listened to someone else when they were trying to convince you to be what they tell you you are. I don't think so. Whether I understand my purpose or my greatness or not, I am obligated to show up every day. I am obligated to show up and just be myself and allow your witnessing of me being myself to help you get whatever it was my soul promised to give you in this life. It's not for me to need to be comfortable in my greatness. It's not for me to be first requiring full understanding in order for me to listen and submit to the will of soul. Because when I do that, not only do I fight myself, not only do I fight my process, not only do I deny the greatness that is rightfully mine, I also deny each and every one of you who have waited so patiently for me to appear. Bottom line, who the fuck do you think you are to deny all these people all these things you promised? Whether you remember the promise or not, when they come to collect, your soul asks you to give. So we're going to need to get over ourselves. We're going to need to get over our insecurities. We're going to need to get over whatever other excuses we give ourselves so that we can continue to hide instead of showing up. Your hair don't have to be did. You don't have to be dressed nice. You don't have to have your makeup done. You don't have to get a fresh fade. None of that. Just being fully present in your life, being fully present in the connections that you have. You're obligated to do that. So card number 26, be true to yourself. Really be true to yourself. Really allow yourself to see the truth of who you are, the truth of what each experience in your life was trying to help you learn. You are not being punished. Life is not always the prettiest. Life is not always the best feeling. But it's those instances where you hurt the most that you really become aware of how alive you actually are. I'm not talking about masochistic behaviors. I'm talking about losing your fear of pain. We are so programmed to be so afraid of the very things that grow us. I mean, are you going to listen to that? I never listened to my teachers in school. I still got straight A's. Thank you. No, literally. I still got straight A's. I never listened to the teachers because I thought a good portion of them were full of shit. Give me the assignment. I'll look up the stuff in the book. You're wasting my fucking time. You're trying to enforce and really dominate me and my developing sense of self with your opinions. Fuck that. I ain't got time for that shit. I got another class coming up. It's on the other side of the campus. Give me the homework. I'll look that shit up in the book. I will still pass the fucking test. So maybe we need to see life like that. Give me my lesson. I'll still ace it. I gotta go. But then there's also that contradiction of people who are constantly go, 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 rush, rush, rush. they're avoiding their life. I don't know. I don't fucking know. These are just things that come out of my mouth. Card number 9, perfect setting. And then there it goes. Paint yourself a pretty ass picture. Paint yourself a gorgeous picture in your mind and insert yourself in there. See yourself living it. See yourself being fully present, fully experiencing, fully enjoying. That's how you manifest. That's how you manifest. When you see yourself in it, not when you post. I mean, vision boards can help. It can help. But that's not the truth of manifestation, where you post pictures of other people enjoying their yacht, other people enjoying their mansion. I mean, if I'm going to put a manifestation board, I'm going to bust out my Photoshop. Not Photoshop, Photochop. I'm going to chop myself into that picture, enjoying the fucking gourmet kitchen that I have installed in my mansion. I'm just saying. Stop excluding yourself from the picture that you're painting. I mean, if what you're trying to manifest is witnessing other people do that stuff, you're doing it already. You're doing it already. Put yourself in the very thing you want to achieve. Like, I mean, I probably need to do that. Photoshop myself into a picture of a gourmet kitchen in a mansion on like 500 acres of wilderness with a well, solar power. We need a shooting range. Make it 2 streams. Put it on top of a mountain so no one comes over. I'm just saying. That's amazing. One day. All right, I gotta get going. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. My son's trying to teach me this. He's my little guy. Subscribe, slap the bell, comment down below, and buy your merch. Oh, comment down below and buy your merch. I don't fucking know. He's just doing something like that. This is fingers. Whatever he said, find the video, listen to it. He's hella cute. Do what he said. Okay. All right, guys. I got to get going. So much love to everyone. I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. Bye.